to this week's edition of WTHS News. I'm Madison Clark.
And I'm Maddie Sloan. Today is Friday, April 11th. Here are this week's top stories. Track and field is in full swing. The sport boasts individual student athleticism like discus throwing, pole vaulting, hurdles, and relays. THS has had solid showing in both the girls and boys team at meets in Oxford and last week's annual Daily Journal relays.
Ben and Trace bring us more from some of this season's standouts.
Coach Hadley, how's the season going so far?
Season going pretty good so far. Out of 4 meets, we have been finished in both boys and girls in the top 2 or top 3 of the whole thing. I know we went to Oxford about 2 weeks ago, won at the high school meet. The girls finished second. Went to Hattiesburg the first part of the year, the first year for the first meet. We won that one on the boys and got second on the girls. And Daily Journal relays we just had last week, we did boys first and girls second. So it's pretty good so far.
And can you tell us about maybe some upcoming meets?
We got the district coming up next week. Tuesday next week we'll have the field events, and we'll come back again Thursday evening after school. We'll have the running events.
We had a good home meet last weekend. We got first place in it. Had lots of people PR in their events. It was a good weekend.
And what event do you run?
The 800 meter.
And I believe that's 2 laps?
Yeah, that's 2 laps.
Okay, and how do you think that you're going to fare up in the future district?
Yeah.
How do you think you're going to do in that?
I'll do pretty well.
What are your expectations this year on disc throwing?
To beat everybody.
Are you pretty good at what you do?
Yeah,
You usually beat everybody?
sometimes.
How many years have you been on the track team?
4 years.
Okay, and what are your goals or expectations you have this year?
I would like to break the school record in the 1600, and so I'm 1 second away right now.
Wow.
So
Okay, do you run anything else besides 1600?
I do. I run the 3200 and the 800 as well.
Okay, what events do you do for the track team?
I do long jump and triple jump.
Okay, and what expectations or goals do you have for this year?
My goal for track this year is to make it to state.
How long have you been on the track team, Andrew?
Since 8th grade, so 5 years.
Okay. What do you normally do?
I do the 2 mile and 800.
Okay. Could you tell me some of your expectations this year?
I'm hoping to go around 9 minutes and 45 seconds in the 2 mile and just try to get as many points as I can in the 800.
This week, theater is adding another memorable performance to the program's resume. Miss Helena Alston and her students will be presenting a mixture of Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream and former pop culture reality TV show, Jersey Shore. Tickets are $6 tonight and tomorrow's 7:30 shows in the small auditorium.
Mary Claire and Quintera caught up with Miss Alston and some cast members to tell us more about Midsummer Jersey.
Midsummer Jersey was written in 2011. It is a mashup of Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream and Jersey Shore. And so it tells the story of Midsummer Night's Dream about, these two couples that get lost in the woods and they kind of encounter some fairies who kind of want to make mischief. But it's kind of got some Jersey Shore information in there and a lot of pop culture and modern jokes and stuff like that.
That sounds interesting. When are the production dates?
It is April 10, 11, and 12. That's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7:30 at night.
I am a fairy named Sunshine, and we come from the fairy dome under the rule of Oberon and Titania. Well, I thought, Sunshine would be bright and yellow with orange and yellow everywhere. So I have like a yellow t-shirt, and I made a yellow and orange tutu with khaki tights and flip-flops because we're on the beach.
Well, the play is a combination of fantasy and reality. You have fairies, but then you have these two couples who want to be together, and so you have the fantasy and reality. And so I thought for the set is kind of a mashup of fantasy and reality. And so we have these real-looking rocks and a real-looking hut, but then we also have these weird-looking vines, and the ocean is made out of paper, and so it's kind of fantasy meets reality, and so it's kind of there in the set as well.
I play Janet Snuggs, and she is a hairdresser at Hair and Gone, and she's the shyer one of the group, so she's really awkward. Well, I wear red high-waisted jeans and a cheetah print tank top and a sweater and a few necklaces, and it's basically a typical Jersey girl, and I'll have my hair poofed up to look like an actual hairdresser.
Well, I'm hoping it goes really well. I have an awesome cast and an awesome director, and we've been working really hard, so I'm hoping it goes really well.
I play a character named Lyle Fagioli, and he's just this Guido guy, and he's kind of one of the main characters. Meredith McLaurin, of all people, is actually really a highlight to work with backstage. But, you know, everybody in general, just dealing with the cast, it's just, you know, it's a lot of fun on and off stage. We have a good time. It's been pretty life-changing in a way, you know, as cliche as that sounds. But I don't know, it's kind of helped me become more well-rounded and kind of come out of my shell in a figurative sense.
Ever had a headache or just needed a Band-Aid? Nurse Backstrom has you covered. Ms. Backstrom is stationed in the THS attendance office. She tells us the job carries many duties and drop-off-the-hat emergencies that can keep you on your feet.
Let's hear more on why Ms. Backstrom does what she does for the high school student body.
I would describe my job, besides a nurse, as being a facilitator for faculty, students, as a resource person to help for preventative health care. We want to facilitate the students' best educational process here, so that's a big part of our job. Some of the qualifications of being a school nurse for the state of Mississippi would be an RN with a BS degree, a BSN degree, a 4-year degree, and having several years of work experience before coming as a school nurse, working as a nurse before becoming a school nurse. My favorite part of the job is being with the students. I love being, if I wasn't a school nurse, I would be a teacher probably. But I love being with the students, and it's been most fun here because I've been a school nurse for 13 years, and most of the kids that are here I've had when they were little, because I started out with 6 schools, and so I've had a lot of the kids that are on this campus. I would recommend the nursing field to graduating seniors. I am the cheerleading, I'm prompting that all the time. It is the best profession. There's all kinds of different types of nursing. You would never have to worry about a job. It's an exciting field.
There have been a lot of rainy, cold conditions lately. Let's go to Dallas and Preston for this week's weather.
Thanks, Madison. Today's forecast will leave us at a high of 75 and a low of 55, which will remain relatively constant throughout the week until Monday, where the temperature will drop 10 degrees and we can expect rainstorms.
Things will cool down on Tuesday with a high of 58 and a low of 38, but should pick back up by Thursday with a high of 67 and a low of 51.
And remember, no school Friday, so check back in with us Thursday.
Which leaves only 13 days left for us seniors. Back to you, ladies.
Thank you for joining us this week. We hope to see you next Friday when we take a closer look at golf, the science department, and THS's upcoming centennial celebration. Again, I'm Madison Clark.
Oh, and I'm Maddie.